If you don't want to see it, turn it off. Go away. Shoo. Scram.
Go watch
We're getting
Glass.
into spoilers, okay?
Go watch Glass and come back.
Okay, spoilers. 3, 2, 1. They fucking killed everybody.
All of them.
They fucking killed everybody. What the fuck?
Not everybody,
yeah,
but...
not the second main characters,
Yeah.
but all the main characters die.
They kill Bruce Willis's character.
Woo!
They kill...
and it's fucked up.
Yeah, James
it's fucked up
McAvoy's
how Bruce
character.
Willis dies.
Dude, and they totally, they totally foreshadow the way he
The
dies.
fucking puddle.
Yep.
Puddle.
Yeah.
Puddle.
Yep.
Hey, puddle.
Yeah. Look at this hole that's going to get filled up with water.
But Jesus. Man, and that's so fucked up too, because like the scope of everything, just the puddle. Fuck, man, just that little puddle, you know?
It would have been better if James McAvoy's character, the Beast, had killed him in the water tank.
Yeah, that'd have been sick too.
Yeah,
that'd have been
because
sick.
then it would have just been like cool, like
yeah, you know, it was like,
Beast fucking
oh yeah,
died.
and when you saw him go into the water, I was like, fuck, man, this is gonna be hard as fuck. You know what I mean? And then
I didn't expect the Beast to like jump into the water with him.
Oh
too.
yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that, and I was like, oh shit, he's done for. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's where I thought he was gonna die, and maybe that was the thought, like, oh, like we're gonna, like, it totally makes sense to kill him right here, but instead we're gonna drown him in a little puddle.
Yeah. But it kind of showed, once again, that hindered to that belief system, right?
Yeah.
I think that was like, also, James McAvoy getting shot when he's not the Beast, you know, was very, very intense to think about, because once again, at this moment, after I saw him get shot and him die, I was like, fuck, they weren't superheroes. Like, that's what I thought, really. Like, even after that whole fight took place, I was like, I don't think they were superheroes, you know?
Yeah,
like, I didn't know what to expect or what to happen. But then Sarah Paulson got on, delivered that message.
So, you know, what you find out at the end of the movie is that there's a whole organization that is basically monitoring and, like, keeping balance between these superheroes.
Yeah, and villains, super villains, you know?
Well, it's more so, like, the superheroes, the villains, and the rest of the world.
Yeah, because it's like not fair to the world. Yeah,
but they're not choosing sides. So like within the movie, Sarah Paulson tells Bruce's character that she would have totally left him alone, but with him being there had to be
with the Beast. Yeah, with the Beast. So.
Yeah, to arise to kind of meet him, and it's very much a. Like a Star Wars-y type thing.
It's very like philosophical. Like it's just like, this is the way things go. And
like,
it's been like that for 10,000 years.
Dark, you know, there's always something to rise and meet, you know, one or the other. So it was very much, and to me, in my mind, it's like a very Star Wars-y type thing.
Yeah.
But it's also like just an ancient thing, you know? It's just like it's always light and dark.
I told you after we got out of the theater, I was like, you know, you pull a couple strings, you implant a couple scenes. This could be a spin-off to Hitchcock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With Will Smith, because they kind of talk about the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you know, once there's one of you, like, you guys are always tied together, and then this always happens, and we try to get away, you know, things like that. So it's like you could totally tie it to this, you know what I mean? And it's so funny, because I love just that idea that they put right at the end, because for me, that made, like, that what I thought was not a good middle of the movie, you know, worth it. I was like, I like this now. You know what I mean? That's why we had so much screen time of Sarah Paulson and what she was doing. And when she delivers that, like, monologue to Bruce at the end, like, right before he dies, I was like, yes. I was like, that was a good part of the movie. I really enjoyed that.
Well, and it's crazy that, like, at the end of the movie, she, like, goes in and, like, meets with, you know, all these people, and it's such a, like, a casual, like, setting, like, they're all at a like, eating,
and then it just, like, stops.
It just gets quiet, and everybody starts paying attention, and it's her, and she's just like, all three of them were real, like, they were all, like, real, like, superheroes, essentially, or super villains, you know, and she said that she's, like, basically taking care of them all, and that she was going to move from this city to the next city, which
is that spin-off, you know, thing that could happen.
Foreshadowing like another movie. Because at the end of the movie, essentially, like, their whole thing, this organization, no matter, it doesn't ever say who they are.
No, just black clovers.
Yeah, they have,
you know,
clover
this could be tattooed. This could be tattooed on the Cloverfield. But no, that's the first thing I was thinking. I was just like, fuck, you could tie Cloverfield, Hitchcock, Cloverfield, throw them all together. It all works together. Fuck it. You got a universe. You got an extended universe better than DC. You know what I mean? Like,
but it doesn't ever explain who they are, you know, other than the fact that it's just like they monitor the world for these types of people, and they keep the balance between these people and between the rest of the world, because essentially in their mind it's not fair for there to be, as she puts it, gods amongst men.
Which when you think about it, like, man, what a good a plot for that whole organization, for her character in the end. You know what I mean? Because you did, like I said, I thought she was the weirdest character in the movie.
She was,
and it just made so much sense at the end.
At the very end.
One thing I got to bring up. This is gonna be my laugh riot. Okay, the most nonsensical fucking thing in this movie. The whole fucking security place of this super bad guy fucking place. One guard dies, and it's like unsecured for 7 hours. You know what I mean? Like the guard.
Oh, well, it was not a guard. He was
like the dude that fed the guys.
Yeah, he was more like a caretaker, and then there was like
just one.
There was one guard at the door to the wing of the hospital.
Yeah, and he never fucking I thought that was the most ridiculous thing. I was like, okay, I'm having a good time at this. I have to push this in the back of my mind for me to not like laugh about this.
Well, and it's also like, like her whole charade that she puts on, and that's kind of part of it, is that like, she doesn't want to have tons of security to make
the end of this movie makes the rest of the movie makes really makes a lot of sense.
So much. Yeah. Because like that, and that was the thing, is like she says that she's there to tell them that or to show them that what they're doing or what they're thinking about them being superheroes is all like rooted in fact or science or things that are like easily explained. That they aren't superheroes, that they don't have these powers and stuff like that. So which is crazy to think about, because what if she had convinced all three of them?
She almost convinced me, bro.
But I know.
That's what I'm saying. That was the good part.
What if she had convinced all three of them? Like, it would have been a totally different movie. The way it ended. But it's cool to see that it's like they were, like, Elijah was, Sam Jackson's character was just stupid, ridiculously smart. And he was the mastermind. He was the villain. That James McAvoy's character, all 20 whatever of them. At the end of the day, when it came to the Beast, like, he like was totally like, you could shoot him and he didn't die. And it had a lot of these counterpoints, so to speak. It's like in Split, they shot him, he didn't die. In this movie, when he's not the Beast, Kevin actually resurfaces and takes the light, and they shoot him, and it totally goes through and he dies.
I that's one of my favorite parts, is just like, whenever I see that movie again, whenever I see Split again, I'm always going to question if he could be shot. You know what I mean? Because, she explains it. There was moisture in the barrel. The bars were old,
But everything she said
was probably a lie, at the end of the day.
It was a probability. She was like, they were probably compromised grounds. She was reaching. And like, some of it was like, cool, like, valid, like, maybe that's what happened, but then some of it was totally like, she was reaching for these
James McAvoy's reaction to that is actually almost what sells it better than Sarah Paulson in that moment, right? Because he starts to hear about the shotgun shells and the bars, and like instantly is like, oh my god, what if it's not real?
Patricia, Patricia like starts to doubt whether the Beast is actually invincible, so to speak, and then especially like with Bruce Willis's character, like, after like encountering him, like, all of the other personalities were extremely curious about him, because he was just as strong as the Beast. So
that was a great plot, and it was just James McAvoy's curiosity of Bruce Willis. All of his fucking personalities, always questioning, and then that moment when the doors both open and they just see each other for that second. Oh man, what a good part, right? That was good.
One of the biggest twists out of that ties all the movies together is that so there's a scene where they talk about James McAvoy's character's dad, and that he was going to have a doctor come and help him with his DID, is what it was called, I think, with all of his personality disorders and stuff like that. And they said that he took a train and left and never came back. And then you end up finding out that his dad got onto the train, the same train that Bruce Willis's character was on, and Elijah, Sam Jackson's character, derailed that train.
Killing his dad.
His dad. So effectively, Elijah had found Bruce, you know,
and kind of created the beast
kind of
too.
created the beast.
Great, that was so good,
and that's the one thing that tied all of the movies together more so than just this one character. You know, like Bruce being at the end of Split, being like, oh, Mr. Glass, you know, same kind of power things. You know, it was like it all stems from Unbreakable. So again, like. Yeah, you have to watch Unbreakable.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, to know what's going on in this.
And
movie.
they try to explain it to you, but I just don't think there's enough time to feel the connection.
Yeah, no, right? You definitely have had to watch Unbreakable. But it's so crazy, and it was such a crazy twist.
It was such a good twist. I feel like that's how we got this Glass movie signed. You know what I mean? Like he was like, you know, this is actually how this bad guy gets created, and it's all a huge fucking like third act amazing part.
It's
you know,
like a circle.
Yeah, you know, exactly, and it's like it's the fucking Lion King. You know, circle of life. Everything like ended like so good, and I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, he knew that this third act was gonna, at least for me, was gonna be the best part of the movie. That's what I thought.
Oh yeah.
And you know, like it just took some stumbles to get there. You know, just some small stumbles. I think. You know what I mean?
It took a lot longer to get there.
Exactly. And
maybe it should.
And like I said, just the fact that like if you're coming in to see a movie that's tonally on pace with Split, this is gonna be a hard movie to watch.
Yeah.
But something else that I'd like to point out is just like, remember how you were just saying right now, the best fucking twist of the movie?
Yeah.
Right? Well, guess what? It is so reminiscent to Civil War from fucking Captain America.
Oh, yeah.
Let's think about this, right?
Yeah.
We keep getting these flashbacks to the parent scene, right?
Yep.
This Crom, right? Tony Stark's parents, right? At the very end, now it's not exactly the same because it's kind of flip-flopped. You got the two good guys, and then they're all good guys, but they just have different, you know, reasons to do this, you know, to get Bucky and to do that.
It's essentially like something that had happened in the past that affects the future and the relationship between some of the characters.
Tony realizes that Winter Soldier killed his parents in Civil War. If you haven't seen Civil War, sorry. But, you know, it's like, you probably have. Yeah. If you saw Glass, you probably saw Civil War. But, you know, and, like, it makes that, like, twist. Say, oh, shit, like, we've been getting plots, you know, this whole time. And it works so good because they actually just took a plot from a real successful superhero movie. And I think that paid off.
And they totally, like, so, like, when it comes to all the fight scenes, like, none of it is, like, it's crazy, but it's not,
it's
like...
grounded.
It's not, like, superhero crazy. There's no one, like, shooting beams or doing anything. It's like two dudes like fighting, but like
squeezing. A lot of squeezing.
There was a lot of squeezing.
Yeah, but a lot of juicing going on for sure.
But like you know, one of the fight scenes, like Bruce Willis's character is trying to. He has the Beast up against a like a runner van. Yeah. That's all sheet metal on one side. And it cuts to like the inside
that perspective.
Of the van. Well, it cuts into the inside of the van, and you can see like as he's punching, like the inside of the van like getting dented in. Yeah. And then it goes back to the outside of the van, and you can see all the damage they did to this van, which is far more than what a normal person could do.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but it's like these guys are superheroes in a much more realistic sense than just people that have superpowers. It's like they're really strong. You know, it's like the Beast has really tough skin.
The fake plot about the tower was perfect because I was thinking about that during that final, that third act. Everybody's fighting and stuff, and I'm just like, man, this is how it would be. It would be smaller. It would be localized. It wouldn't be in this big area, you know what I mean? And I had a feeling that they were never going to get to that tower. Like, I really thought, like, from when they started, I was like, I don't think there's a tower in this movie. Like, I was like, I don't know. And it didn't, and I think that made it really good. Like, I'm glad that wasn't it.
It was kind of a carrot at the end of the stick for everybody else. Yeah. Because, like, you know, that's... watching the movie, you find out that was never the end goal. Yeah. Is to get there. Like... Elijah, Sam Jackson's character, like his end goal was to show everybody
in the world, you know,
superheroes and villains were real.
And you can kind of tell that maybe he had a sense that Sarah Paulson's character was very much there to convince them, and not because like she's, you know, trying to make them better. Like he had a feeling that they were trying to be stopped being seen. You know what I mean?
Enough.
Yeah,
you know, like considering his character, he's totally smart enough to have caught on to something like that.
And you could see why the movie is called Glass. Yeah. You know what I mean? By the end, you know, and it's not called something else.
And that's exactly like we were talking about earlier, is that Samuel Jackson's time within the movie was very minimal. especially in the first. He wasn't really in the first part of the movie. It wasn't until like the middle.
I mean, they showed him a couple times just so we knew where he was at, but it was like nothing.
But it wasn't until the end that it shows like his character and his true nature, as far as like him being so smart, you know, and like tricking everybody and having this grand plan. And like at the end of the day, it all working out the way he thought it was going to.
Yeah.
You know, it all went to his plan, to just step by step. It was everything that he expected to happen, and that's what happened. It's crazy that everybody dies. Totally was like, I'm still kind of just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. You just don't. It's like, man, like I didn't think that there was going to be ever anything after this. If there's some spin-off thing, what's cool about a spin-off is that they could make the movie, and once again, it could be just like Split, and then after scene credit, you know, it's like, oh, Sarah Paulson walks in or something like that, and you're like, it's connected, you know what I mean? And I think that's what made Split good, and I can't imagine that they lose too much money off Glass. Like, I think it's like, no matter how the movie does, you know what I mean? Like, even if you expect it to not do as good as like a bunch of other movies,
I think it'll still do
well. I think it'll still do well, and I think it wasn't expensive.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't that expensive. Like, probably acting-wise was probably the most expensive thing, right?
Yeah,
it's very a localized movie, just like Split.
Yeah,
and I think that's what made that good. Because
they didn't have to
think of how out of the ordinary or just out of just the tone of the movie it would have been if they got to that tower, right? It would have been completely different. You know what I mean? It would have been like, oh, we're such a weird setting. Like, even Unbreakable is never to that point, right?
No,
it's always a local thing.
Yeah.
And that's what made it good. I like that. Okay. Any other thoughts? Here's one. The people in the riot gear walking right past Samuel L. Jackson to go get the dude. I was like, just one of you have to will him in a car. Yeah. That's just one of you. Just will him in a car. Yeah. Just walks right by him. I was just like, what's going on, right? What a weird thing.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and I mean, he was already to the point that he was like fucked up.
Yeah, for sure.
One last thing about like the whole like kind of series is like M. Night Shyamalan's not known for doing like a lot of like sequels and like pumping them out real quick. So I mean, if there is ever a spin-off to it, like I wouldn't expect it anytime soon.
Nope.
Like Glass came really quick to Split because that was his plan. It was like, cool, like you didn't know what Split was until the very end, and then you were like, oh, it's tied to Unbreakable.
Yeah.
And then like they were already immediately working on Glass, like right after Split was done. So like that's why those two movies got pumped out so quick. But it's been 15 years, you know, or around that since Unbreakable. So it's like I don't expect there to be a spin-off just because it doesn't seem like his style. But if there is, I don't expect it soon. And like, I'm glad that it's gone as far as it has.
Yeah.
And I really, really liked Glass. I thought it was a good movie. Split was a great movie. Unbreakable was a great movie. So like, I'm super happy with what he's done with these movies for sure.
Yeah. I would say if there's
more,
anything.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure.
I would totally watch a spin-off movie of this.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, just especially with the Sarah Paulson character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, just Pastel Lady. Just name the movie just Pastel. That'd be great. What do I call you? First name Mrs. Second name Pastel. It's like, okay. No, but I think as a whole, when you look at this franchise, like you were saying, you know, all three of the trilogy, I'm saying this is a good trilogy.
Yeah.
This is something that if you're a moviegoer, this is a trilogy you watch from beginning to end. You know what I mean? Like, it's something like, especially if you were to look at all M. Night Shyamalan movies, like, this is definitely like a must-see if you're interested in his collection, right?
Absolutely.
Like, and with Sixth Sense at the beginning, you know what I mean? You know, so like, there's so much history there, right? Like, that's crazy.
Sixth Sense.
Oh my! He put Sixth Sense down. Oh my god! That was too good. God damn, man. That was really good. But yeah, nevertheless, you know. God, this isn't a rap podcast, you know. There'd have been 50 Cents on here or something like that, you know.
Probably.
Yeah, but God, man, you really fucking threw me a loop there. I don't even know where to go now.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I think it's done.
Yeah, nevertheless, like I said, Unbreakable fans, yes, see this movie. Split.
Absolutely.
If your favorite part of Split is James McAvoy. Once again, you got to see this movie. Expect a different tone. That's what I would tell anybody. And if you haven't seen Unbreakable, it's hard for me to suggest this. Like, you have to, my suggestion is to go watch Unbreakable. If you like that, then go see this, because it's the same, it's totally the sequel that it should be.
Yes,
right? So,
absolutely.
So love it or hate it, it's the sequel that was always meant to be, I think. So
yeah, no, I don't think he could have done anything better than what it was.
Yeah, for sure. So guys, if you haven't followed us, Instagram at GBW Podcast, that's also the Twitter handle, okay? Tweet at us, Instagram us, you know. Next month, we're doing Happy Death Day to You. Ooh, really excited. Yeah. A movie that I think is just like, knows what it is and is just like, let's cream the crop now. You know what I mean? Like, we know what we did right, so let's just do it again and even better. Yeah. And also that actress looks like she's so comfortable being her, which like is going to be great. So so make sure you join us. I really appreciate it. What are your thoughts of Glass? Go in the comments, let us know. What are your thoughts on our thoughts? Let us know, okay? We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. GBW out.
Bye.